Good morning. Just imagine if you had the tools at hand to absolutely formulate the instruction and deepen the discipline intended to further your growth. What would that do for you? Well, this week or this month on Omineca Healing Institute, we have been talking about form. And in talking about form, it's been all about exactly this. All attempts and means of instruction and discipline intended to deepen faith of self and furtherance of growth. So today is our last installment on that theme. Next month, we jump into the theme of flourishment and development. So next month, I've got some really cool stuff planned for you. So let me introduce myself. Hi there, my name is Carol Serby and I'm with the Omineca Healing Institute, where we are releasing trauma and disease triggered by repressed emotions. I just want to talk about that for a little bit. I refer to all illness and all disease as somatic illness. And I actually had a really interesting experience a couple of weeks ago. I was at a trade show and a guy was telling me he was a liver transplant patient, I believe, and he was going into all of the technical stuff because he didn't think that he needed me because he could voice all this technical stuff around why his liver did what it did and why that resulted in him requiring a liver transplant. So I let him, speak his words, and I listened because I find the science behind all of it really interesting, and to actually speak to someone that's actually had a transplant, again, the science behind it I find very fascinating. So once he finished, I actually asked him, I said, well, what started all this to begin with? And he looked at me, and it was just a very interesting response, something that he had never thought of. So although the psychologists and psychiatrists will talk about somatic disease as something that doesn't have any physical basis, I personally, and this is my personal opinion only, although I know a lot of other people do agree with me, that all disease is somatic. All disease is psychosomatic, and that's what we do. And it is my opinion that it's all based on repressed emotion. So I use energy healing, hypnotherapy, timeline therapy, neuro-linguistic programming to help start to release all that so that we can release the aggravation of what's being aggravated to cause the disease. Anyways, that's on a bit of a sidebar, so thank you very much for letting me rattle that off. Today we are, hi Debbie, how are you? Good morning, good morning. Today we are going to talk about getting back to the development and furtherance of form and growth. We're going to talk about meditation. And I don't want you guys going, oh, meditation, because I look at meditation much more differently than a lot of people. So when I do meditation quite differently, is so many people they're trained to you got to sit there, you got to be quiet, you got to quiet that monkey mind, you got to do all this stuff, and it's hard and it's frustrating and it's aggravating. So I just want to give you some other ways to look at meditation, okay? So first of all, and this is just basic level meditation, we're not going into trance or sitting on the top of a mountaintop for 72 days without food and water and going to the bathroom. No, that's not where we're going. This is basic starter stuff. So when you go into meditation, sit there and remember past experiences. Now, I just said sit there, and I want to correct that because I personally do moving meditations. I personally go for a walk and I become present, and I become aware. Smell what you smell, see what you see, hear what you hear, feel what you feel, and taste what you taste. I have the privilege of living in northern British Columbia, and we have a lot of snow on the ground right now. So along with that snow, there's a smell, right? And it's kind of a fresh, crisp smell. And sometimes you get, the trees are we're in early spring here, so the trees are starting to produce sap, right? So sometimes you get that taste across your mouth. You can almost taste the sap generating in the trees, right? What do you see? Open your peripheral vision, open it up and see all those things that are happening out here rather than the tunnel vision that we get into, when we're so focused in fight or flight or this tunnel vision. Open up the periphery. Hear what you hear. So in our day-to-day, we always have all this background noise, right? And that's exactly what it is. It's just background noise, right? Happening back there. So why don't you try to pick out the individual noises? Just try to pick them out. Oh, that was a bird. Oh, that was a car. Oh, I was laying in bed last night and I heard the coyotes howling, right? So, just try and pick out the noises, and then feel what you feel. Again, we're in a cold climate right here, right now. If my hands are outside of my pockets, I can feel the cold on my hands, right? Or if I stuff my hands inside my pocket, what's inside my pocket, right? Use your proprioceptive nervous system, otherwise known as your aura, to really figure out what's going on around me. What is my awareness? What is... Oh, your owls are going crazy right now, Debbie. Oh, that's cool. Cool. I'm waiting to see owls out the back of my place. I haven't seen any yet, but we do get crows, hawks, and I have seen eagles too, but no owls yet, so I'm waiting. Yeah, so use all your senses and go for a walk and be present and be aware. And in doing that, in being here now, it allows all that chatter to go. And the really cool thing that happens when that chatter goes is now the intuitive mind, the inner knowing, the subconscious mind, all that stuff that comes together and formulates these ideas on what your next best course of action is, are now free to percolate, to bubble. Right? So after a moving meditation like that, you'll find that you'll come out of it, be it maybe 15 minutes. It doesn't have to be long. You'll come out of it with new awareness and new insight. So that's always really cool. So the important thing with that is to turn up the video, or turn up the visual, turn up the audio, and turn up the kinesthetic. So what you see, what you hear, and what you feel. Really, really ramp those up. Really focus in on those and pay attention. And then the secondary one is what you smell and what you taste, okay? So really, really ramp those up. And, if that's good, Debbie. I practice it all the time. It's awesome. It just allows the awareness to come through. It just allows those thoughts that have been trying to get through, but we push them down, we push them away, we go, oh my God, I can't deal with this right now, I'll deal with it later, right? It just allows all that stuff to come through. And what's really cool is, because you're not in your ego, and because you're not in your fight, and because you're not in your flight, it comes through in a very caring, gentle, and kind way. Now, what do I mean by that? So we all have this inner natter, right? This inner natter, you're not good enough, right? So what happens is all of this comes through in a very matter of fact, no drama attached way, where you can actually, pick it up, look at it, and go, oh, you know what? That's right. And not feel bad about it. Just realize, oh, okay, that's the game I've been playing. Thank you very much for showing me, right? So once you're shown in a way that you're not reactive to, where you're not in ego to, you know, like, how dare you, right? Or what the hell do you mean? And working on that natter to positive stuff, making a difference. Good. But and that natter of positives, that natter is our own self. Okay? So if we can just be kind to ourselves, and just things that come up, just look at them outside of the ego. It's when you're so busy getting mad or angry or overly exuberant, you know, those extreme emotions divert you from the fact at hand. Okay? So when you do a meditation, when you're calm, when relaxed, when you're out of ego, and these things appear, they just are. Right? They're not there to piss you off. They're not there to make you exuberantly happy. They're there to just show you. They're a way shower, a guide, right? Okay, yeah, if it's something that makes you happy, then yes, this is working for me. If it's something where you kind of go, that's not really what I want, it's now an opportunity to make a change, right? So when you get quiet, right? When you get quiet, all of these things have the opportunity to come up. So the last part that I wanted to talk about was sometimes when you're at home and you're trying to meditate, and sometimes meditation doesn't work for you. And I get that. I totally get that. And it's in the process of learning how to meditate where people really get stuck with that. So why not just visualize? Why not just visualize and make it up? Make it up. You know those really cool movies where at the end you go, oh my God, I would love to be that person in that movie, in that life. Go ahead. Right? We all know that it's a movie. We all know that it's a story. We all know that. But why can't you hijack some of those ideas, some of those ways of being? Why can't you hijack that for yourself, right? Right. So sit quiet, get quiet, and make up the story. Turn up the visual, turn up the audio, turn up the kinesthetic. If there's something to smell, smell it. If there's something to taste, taste it. Okay? Turn it all up and make it vibrant, make it deep, and make it something that you want. Okay? Okay. So I don't think I have a practice here for you to, oh, I do. Okay, here. We'll do some pace breathing, okay? I always like to do a little bit of a practice of some. You're right, Debbie. Visualization is the key to improving. But not just visualization. You got to make it the visualization that you absolutely want, okay? So visualization, if you're not 100% sure what you want, start somewhere. It's like anything. Imperfectly perfect, right? Start somewhere. And as you're moving through it, and as you see things, check in with your body. Do they feel good? Doesn't it feel good? Does it feel good? Doesn't it feel good? And keep going towards that stuff that feels really, really good. Okay. How do you do that? Okay. We're not going to do pace breathing. I'll show you how to do that. We're going to do it right now. Okay. If you're sitting, you can do this sitting. If you're new at it, it's best to do it standing up. So what I want you to do is, what we're trying to figure out here is what feels really good, and a way to confirm with our body that yes, it does. Yes, this is for us, okay? So if you're sitting and you've never done this before, stand. And if you're standing, great. Okay, so just stand nice and square, loose shoulders, feet, kind of shoulder width apart, nice and square, nice and loosey-goosey. And I want you to just, I normally get people to yell this, but I don't know if that's appropriate where you are. So I want you to say, no. No, 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 no. Your turn. No. No, 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 no. Where do you feel it? Where do you feel it? Now, some people feel it in their legs, some people feel it in their belly, some people feel it in their chest, some people feel it in their shoulders. Where you feel it is absolutely correct for you. Okay? So now, let's do the same with yes. Yes, 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 yes. Right? Okay, your turn. Yes. Yes, 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 yes. Where do you feel that? Okay. Good. So now your homework is when something feels good, when something feels yes, notice that you feel it in your body. And when something feels yuck, no, notice where you feel it in your body. Your body's always speaking to you. It's always speaking to you. It's a matter of us taking the time to learn how to listen. I take it that worked for you, Debbie? Yeah, that's a really cool one. And every person will feel their yeses and their nos in a different spot, and that's okay. As long as you know where you feel your yes and where you feel your no. This is some of the stuff you've been doing with mirror work. Good. I love you. Yeah. Yeah, that's a yes, yes, yes. Exactly, exactly. So, if you have any further questions or love this comment, please, just like Debbie's done, thank you so much. Leave a comment, or even better yet, share it with your friends. You find mirror work hard? Well, just keep practicing, girlfriend, because you're absolutely worth it. Absolutely worth it. If you would like any more information on energy healing techniques and some of the techniques we use here at Omineca Healing Institute, please sign up for my newsletter at ominecahealing.ca. Or if you want to work one-on-one with me, you can also go to ominecahealing.ca and sign up for a free 30-minute clarity call where we'll talk just about you. Just about what's going on, where your oppressed emotions are, how they're affecting your health today, and figure out where some of the initial triggers were, and start to do some release work around that. So, excuse me. So join me next week, next Thursday, 9 a.m. Right here live on this page. And if you have any questions you want me to address next week, absolutely, I'll continue to monitor this feed. So if there's anything that comes up, just shoot it in the comments and I'll be sure to see it. So I hope you all have a fabulous day, and it's my purpose here to support you in your courage and explore the clarity of listening intuitively to your body, so you can really start to achieve and feel that mastery, so you can live full throttle and give others permission to do the same. So thanks, Debbie. And I see there's a couple of other people that are watching that haven't said hello or anything like that. So hi to you guys too, and I hope you get some value out of this, and I'll see you again next week. Okay, bye.